What's that song? Chaka Khan, back with another banger. Through the fire. So you have that Chaka Khan song. Through the fire, through the moon, dun 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 dun. On a chance to be with you, I wanna dun, dun, dun. And it was sampled by Kanye Through the Wire. So on your healing journey, on your spiritual awakening, got some notes here. On your healing journey, you're gonna have to go through the fire. You're gonna be like a piece of steel when they're forging a sword. You're gonna have to go through. There's no other way. There's no other way to get to where you need to go. To get to where you need to go, you're gonna have to do and go where you've never been before. So you're gonna have to face all of the trauma. You're gonna have to face the addictions. You're gonna have to face the avoidant attachment styles. You're gonna have to face sometimes the narcissists. Sometimes you're gonna have to face the narcissistic siblings, the narcissistic parents, the narcissistic co-workers, the narcissistic scenarios, jobs, housing, situations. You're gonna have to go through it. So that's what this video is about. So on the healing path, it's okay to, it's not linear. So it's okay to sometimes, not it's okay, but you will find that you're going to slip into some of your old patterns, whether that means pulling back when you feel that somebody might abandon you. You may feel slipping back into your old negative patterns, addictions, alcoholism, illicit substance abuse. You may see yourself going back to scenarios, friendships, narcissistic siblings, job scenarios, instead of following your intuition, instead of just going out on a whim, putting trust in the Most High, being a chosen one. So that will happen. However, there is no getting to where we want to go without doing that shadow work. Being that soul that you are, you're going to have to try and break these patterns, these curses that's probably been on your bloodline. And hopefully, if you could break these curses, you can start to receive the blessings that's going to be coming towards you. So when you try and stick to staying on your righteous path, when you try to quit your negative patterns and you start, maybe going what they may call supernova or super empath, or just becoming empathic, but really working on your boundaries, really working on being selective of who you give your energy to, you're going to see there's going to be some great change and advance in your life and in your development. I've got some notes here. So when you're going to go through the wire, you're going to have to be alone. So as a chosen being, you're never really alone anyway. You're always having downloads from Most High. You're having these visions. You're having dreams. You're having these feelings, your discernment, that feeling in your gut. You're always with Most High. You're always having you've got a direct line. You can phone Most High. He calls you. You got a direct line to your ancestors. You're a spiritual being having a temporary human experience. So you're never alone. But what that means is because you're not of this world, you can't be diluting yourself by spreading yourself thin, by being around these energy vampires, these cretins, these voyeurs, these saboteurs, these destiny blockers, destiny swappers, these blame shifters, these shame dumpers, these pedophiles, these serial killers, psychopaths and sociopaths, cluster B, these low vibrational beings that let themselves to be used by the D. You can't be around them. So being alone, you will get your more downloads. You you start to train your sixth senses, your intuition, and you become closer and have a clearer line to the divine. Number two, a good saying that you have to have in the front of your mind is, I'm happy with or without. So what that means is you're going to be less dependent on outcomes of things. You're going to be less held on to things. So if you put down a boundary and the people doesn't treat you the way you want the desired effect, you're going to be okay with them, you're going to be okay with having to get them out of your life, basically. So you're okay with or without. If you want to make friendships and talk to people you don't know, if they're positive back to you because you're positive, good. If they're not, it's good as well. So you're becoming more mature. You're not taking things so personally. You're just all right as you were. I got approached by someone recently, and they wanted to do an art project. They wanted to take some photos and do an art project. And usually I say no to this, but he seemed quite nice, so I was like, okay, we go for it. So he took some photos of me and then added me on Instagram. And I bumped into him again and we had a conversation, and it was just positive, nothing negative, nothing weird. And then as I left and I went to skate, and he saw me skating, and I said hello to him, and then he messaged me and he was like, I looked cool. Would I like to meet up for a coffee? So I had to politely decline, because at the moment I'm good with or without. I don't know what he wants from that meet up, and to be honest, I'm not actually I'm very, very much content, just doing my own thing. And we all have to get to that space, and it's a very empowering space to be in, where you're not looking for any scenarios, you're not looking for friendships, you're not looking for relationships, you're not wanting for anything. You're just living a peaceful, positive life. Okay, the next one. So this is a big one, the feeling of safety. So when you go through the fire, you have to try your hardest not to abandon ship when things get difficult. So during our unpredictable childhoods, traumatic childhoods, at some point we made a snapshot of a time where we felt unlovable, unworthy, and unsafe, basically. So our parents never gave us the feeling of belonging. So when you go through the fire, there's going to be a time where you're going to get this kind of like feeling where your head is spinning, and it's like you just want to get out of this space. And it comes a lot when you get the spirit of rejection, which a lot of narcs, a lot of cretins, a lot of people that are actually sensitive to our wound will do to you on purpose, gang up on you and exclude you and make you feel unwanted, and that excites that wound. When that happens, you have to be able to be like, okay, cool, I know what's happening, it's all good, and I'm safe. Because you are safe, because one, Most High's got you, yeah, and two, people that play with you, they're gonna get a comeuppance as well. So just be more like, when something bad happens to you where these people are playing this game on you, try not to always jump to the highest conclusion of, oh my god, this is happening. Think to yourself, it might be happening, but at the same time, my safety has not been compromised. I still feel, I don't know, these people driving park near me, I still feel safe in my body, in my skin. The thing about a lot of us empaths is that because we're not in our body a lot, we have to come into the body. Like, as I'm sat here, I am a separate entity to this van. I'm me. These are my boundaries, our separate entities. A lot of us, we kind of blend in, we mold into our surroundings. So we're there, but it's like we're not there. So be present, work on your breath work on your meditation, work on staying fit, your physicality. And yeah, you're safe. Just you're going to have to practice that feeling of it's okay, even when you feel this wanting to run. It's a feeling that you want to just escape. Just sit with it. Just pause for a second. Don't do anything. Acceptance. So sometimes they call it radical acceptance. So accept the fact that these are the end days. In the scripture, it says people are going to be lovers of self. And because of that, don't expect people to treat you or take you the way you take them. Don't expect people to be nice back to you. I mean, I had this the other day when I was just walking from the gym and a couple were walking with their pram and there was not much space. So I made it a thing to step out of the way and give them the right of way. And they didn't thank me. They didn't acknowledge me. And it was okay. So it's okay either way. So don't expect people, even when you're driving, sometimes you let people go in front of you. They don't give you the hazard light to say thank you. Don't expect people to treat you with the same love and respect that you may treat them, yet do it anyway. Be the person that you are. Don't allow these incidents to blacken your heart, because that's what they're designed for. Even my name, what I've named this channel, one of the firms I worked for, the supervisor used to call me that. He would shout out darkness, darkness as a playful name, but he was actually mocking me because I'm dark in skin. But deep down, he's saying to me that I'm darkness, but what he knows is that I'm actually light. So whatever people are trying to make you feel or believe, you're usually the opposite. If you're an empath, if you're chosen. So they want you to feel, like you're unlovable, you're unworthy, that you're the problem, but usually they're just gaslighting you. And that's one of the reasons why we sometimes run to these patterns, because we want to escape this reality. But just remember that we're not of this world, and we have a purpose on our life, an anointing, and they despise us for that reason. And that's why they attack us most of the time, because we hold something that they don't have. We irritate their demons, and we don't belong to the D. So the D is using them to destroy us because the D knows who we are. I got the last point here is to walk away. So I think I've said this on a number of videos, and I think it's for myself as well. Like, walk away when a situation is not serving you, when you feel disrespected, and also you do it mid conversation as well. That's something I need to practice. So when someone is making you feel uncomfortable or being rude to you, you don't have to talk to them in a way where you're being good to them. I was watching some guy online, a video, and he said it's evil to do good to evil people. And I heard that, I thought that was quite profound in what he said, and I wrote it down. It's evil to do good to evil people. So if someone is making you feel uncomfortable, making you feel a certain way in mid-conversation, just say, I'm sorry, I need to. You don't even have to explain. You can just be quiet. You can literally just turn around and walk away. Practice being disagreeable sometimes. You don't owe anybody anything. If you want to be rude to somebody that's making your life difficult, then do it. Walk away. Save your energy. Yeah. If you walk away, you can maybe fight another day. Whereas if you continue on with all these toxic scenarios, going back and forth, arguments, you end up just draining yourself. Put that focus back on yourself. To be honest, I haven't trained for a couple of days. I go to a gym which has become very toxic, and I feel great. So I think one of my coping strategies what is the gym. So I end up sometimes working too hard, or really exerting myself. So I needed to rest my body anyway, to recover, to be able to go again. But not going, the fact that I feel so relieved, I feel so light, shows me that energetically I'm being attacked in my gym. I'm being singled out. And a lot of us go through this. So it could be I'm in the wrong place and I need to change my gym. But also I'm in the point of my journey now where I can also observe and not absorb it as well. So I don't have to, you could document this stuff. You could not take it personally. And again, of what I was saying about trying to be in a good space, is that I'm quite confident that, in my competency as well. So I'm not really, it's kind of in my hands if I want to go, if I don't want to go. If I don't go, I've decided to not go. It's not because of anyone or anything. So that's the video for today. I hope there's some points in there to take from that. The sun is shining. So I'm going to gaze for a little bit and start my journey. Peace. Much love.